folks, Mark Emery with the Lighthouse Law Club. You know, we've got an awful lot of information available as to what we do at the Lighthouse, and in this message I want to talk about what we don't do and all the reasons you should not join the Lighthouse as a member. Okay? We get a lot of inquiries from people that have legal issues going on, already in process. They're already kind of at a crisis state, and the messages will give us a long story. Here's what I did, here's what's going on, here's how it all happened, what should I do? Alright? And as much as we can empathize with those situations, we're really not in a position to be giving legal advice or what to do. And I hope you understand, you know, especially with a simple short email, even if we were in the business of giving legal advice, it would require some in-depth study of the situation to properly understand it in order to give some sort of meaningful direction. Alright, so don't send us emails saying, here's what I got, what should I do? We can't answer that for the reasons I've mentioned, okay? It's just too much, and it's not what we do. Alright? What we don't do is give legal advice. What we don't do is take on cases, people's cases. Alright? What we can do, and what the strength of the Law Club is the fact that we have a wealth of knowledge and resources which can add to your education so that you are in a much better position to help yourself. That's number one. Number two is that by being involved in a community of like-minded individuals who are interested in similar or the same subject matter as you are, or with the same experiences that you're having, we can share information. Here's what worked for this guy. This guy tried another procedure. That didn't work. So don't, be aware of that. Alright? So we can really narrow down the options for possible success in your situation by virtue of your interaction with other members. Okay, now be aware that with all the information we have, and it's a wealth of information, that we're not experts in everything. We can't help everybody. Alright? So it comes down to this. It comes down to the Lighthouse being a source of information, research, experience with other members that can be shared so that you can develop your own knowledge and education. And let's face it, education doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen by accident, and it's not handed to you. We've had some people join thinking that somehow they wouldn't have to do anything. They would just join and, the miracles would be handed to them on a silver platter. It doesn't work that way. Okay? Again, the Law Club doesn't do anything for you. It offers you the opportunity to develop your own level of knowledge and power that comes from that so that you can leverage that knowledge and education into more successful results in dealing with the issues that come up in life. And we all know what those are. Many and various. So look at it this way. People invest what? $40, $50, $100,000 or more to go to some of the big name universities. Takes them, 4, 5, 6 years to complete those degrees. When they get that degree, what guarantees do they get? None. There's no guarantees that come with an education. The key is, now that you have it, now that you've absorbed and been exposed to certain information that you wouldn't get anywhere else, the key question is, what are you going to do with it, right? So to use any of our research and educational packages or to get involved as a member, you have to have the right mindset, that there are no overnight miracles. It's going to take time for you to develop that knowledge and educational base. And it's a long-term, let's just put it this way, it's a lifelong process. I've started my education in the 90s. You know, that's been almost 30 years now. And I'm still learning every day. So the process never ends. You don't ever arrive at the completion point. Things are constantly changing in the world. We have to adapt new rules and regulations. We have to come up with new strategies. It's an ongoing process, all right? Now, if you're solely focused on one specific issue that you have and you're only dealing with one research package, you need to bear in mind that this is very narrowly focused information. And you're going to be at a bit of a disadvantage if you don't have a broader scope of what's going on. Okay, for example, if you're dealing only with IRS issues, that's one thing. All right, but if you get into a situation where you're now going into court, what's your knowledge of courtroom procedure, legal research, all right, affirmative defenses? Okay, so you can start with one package, one research and educational package, but I would highly recommend that you expand from that, expand your knowledge into other areas, and that's where the general membership becomes so much more effective, because you immediately have access to a variety of different genres of subject matter that you can tap into right away. All right, so the general membership offers you that advantage, and if you can't take advantage of it right now, put it on your list of things to do this year. Okay, so that's that. So the Law Club is not for you if you don't expect to take some time to build up the knowledge base that you have and to actually roll up your sleeves and do some work. You're going to need to read and study and do some external research perhaps, do some networking. Again, there's areas that we deal with in the Law Club where we are not the experts. However, we do deal with a number of third-party service providers outside of the club who have their own set of services with their own terms and conditions that do specialize in different areas. Okay? So you need to bear in mind that if you decide to take advantage of those services, you'll likely have to pay them their fees for their time, trouble, and expertise to help you in those areas. All right? So if you've got any questions on that, let us know. We'll be happy to be totally upfront with you, what we can and can't do, where the third-party service providers might come in, and it's just a complete package. So bear that in mind. So in summary, don't send us emails telling us a long story about your situation and what can you do about it, because we can't answer that for the reasons that I mentioned. Don't join the membership if you don't have the attitude that you're going to take, you know, a long-term view on this and look at building and developing your knowledge base over the next several years. Okay, there are no quick fixes. Yes, we do have sample letters and templates and research information that you can jump into and use right away. Don't get me wrong, okay, in certain circumstances. But in the big picture, we need to look at the general landscape and where you're going to be a year, 2 years, 5 years down the road if you start applying knowledge, research, information, and education to your life on a regular basis starting now. All right, and that's the attitude you need to have if you're going to join the Law Club and have a successful experience with that and a positive experience. Okay, just don't join if you're expecting miracles and you're expecting someone else to do all the work for you, because that's not how it works. So With that, I want to be perfectly clear with you, and I hope that helps to crystallize your focus on your own strategic plan and what you need to be doing to improve your position in life and how to solve the problems that come up and that you might very well be experiencing right now. Okay? Thanks for your attention, and thanks for your interest. We look forward to working with you in the near future. Take care. God bless.